Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Fulham. Now, at the end of the last episode, we left just after the QPR game. And a few things happened since then. Obviously, games have been played and you can see it's not all green, so we need to talk about that. But before we get into that, and while I remember, we completed our youth facilities upgrade, which is great. I've also managed to apply and successfully get the board to begin plans to upgrade the training facilities, which is great. Our youth recruitment has been widened, which is great. Our youth coaching or junior coaching budget has been increased, which is great. Shahid Khan just seems to be doing whatever I want. I got about 5 requests through in one board meeting, which is unheard of. I've never seen that on this game. Usually you'd be lucky if you get one thing through, let alone 5 in one meeting. The other thing is we've got more transfer budget. We now have £6.29 million to spend, which I'll be looking into in January, although I'm really not sure where we even need to strengthen at the moment. Things are playing so well. So if you have got an idea of where potentially in this squad we could strengthen, then, holler at me and tell me, what about this team? Where do we need to strengthen? Even our bench is looking pretty damn decent. Show me where I should buy. What players, well, not so much what players, but what positions should I be looking to strengthen in? Maybe another centre midfielder just as backup, because at the moment, because with Parker not actually getting on the bench a lot of the time, Lucci's a bit past it, Parker's declining as well. So maybe we need another one in there. We're certainly going to need another one next season, so it might be wise to get him in January. Maybe that's an area we need to look into. Who knows? But yeah, there's that. Also, I won Manager of the Month. It happened. I was complaining about it, the fact that I didn't win Manager of the Season or have any kind of award last year. But this year, I have finally managed to win one of these, and that's a big deal. That's Manager of the Year, not the one we were looking at here at all. We want Manager of the Month. Yeah, October, Manager of the Month. Me. 100% win ratio, really. There was not going to be any competition for that. We've also had a couple of players win Player of the Month. Effie Ambrose won Player of the Month, and Jesper Julsgaard won Player of the Month on separate months. I'm fairly certain of that. Oh, no. Okay. Jesper Julsgaard won it, but Effie Ambrose was second in the same month. That sucks. To be him. Somehow Rodrigo didn't win it for Liverpool despite scoring 5 goals in 3 appearances. I'm guessing Julsgaard's imperious. He got a few assists in that time as well, though, so that might explain the win for him. We also had Young Player of the Month. I'm pretty sure was won by, in September, Odegaard won Young Player of the Month too, ahead of Ross Barkley and Kurt Zouma, so that's great. Our players are really getting the recognition they deserve, and that is what you want to see. Right, now let's get into the league fixtures. There's only 3 to talk about this month, so it's not going to be a hugely long episode. However, I said we wanted to try and win against Spurs. I probably would have taken a draw, to be fair, because it would have kept our little unbeaten run going. And we did manage to get a draw. I say manage, we really should have won this. This was horrific. 17 shots, 10 on target. They had 5 shots, 3 on target. Basically, all of those shots they had right there that you're seeing came in stoppage time in the second half. They had 0-0 there until stoppage time. Unfortunately, whatever they did, it must have been overload or the equivalent of. I couldn't stop them. They had about 3 highlights in stoppage time, and unfortunately, when they hit the post in the last highlight, I thought, oh my god, we got away with it. But then Lamela thumps it in from long range and cancels out Mitroglou's goal. But it's our own fault because we should have taken the chances earlier and given ourselves a better chance of winning this just by putting the game to bed, which we didn't do. So that sucks, but, we are Fulham after all, so it was bound to fall on our arse eventually. However, in the next game, we did the exact opposite of that, and that was go to Manchester City and put in one hell of a performance. We were brilliant in this game. Odegaard first put us in front, and I couldn't believe that. But then in the second half, Costas Fortounis, who's now back from injury, this was his first game back from injury, pops up with a goal straight away. And thankfully, we managed to hold out until the 81st minute when Aguero was able to get one back. Unfortunately, Aguero's goal was a total shambles. Stekelenburg came miles out of his goal onto the wing, played the ball directly into the middle, straight into Aguero's path, who thumped it into the net from 40 yards. It's a complete joke, and one of those things that would never happen in real life, but does happen in Football Manager thanks to their lovely match engine. But, the game is brilliant in all the other aspects, so you can kind of forgive it for some of these things, but it's one of those things that will need to be worked on for FM15. This is the thing that really disappointed me. We managed to beat Manchester City away, and then we come at home to Aston Villa, and fall on our faces. Tonev scored very early on, and then Libor Kozak sort of squeezed one over the line not long after that, and I figured, okay, fine, we've given them a 2-goal head start, but we're so good at home, we should be able to bring this back. It took us until the hour mark for Effie Ambrose, of all people, yet again, to step up and make it 2-1, but we just couldn't do it. Nothing happened. We just couldn't break Villa down, and they managed to get away from Craven Cottage with the win, which I guess is revenge for our sort of really dirty little 1-0 win away at Villa Park last season towards the end. This is their revenge for that, because they shut up shop. You know, they parked a lorry load of buses in front of our goal. In front of our goal? That would have been really stupid of them. But it definitely, not ideal. And that, of course, has dropped us down to second in the Premier League. I do, however, feel a little bit like, even if we'd been winning games at the moment, we'd struggle to stay in front of Chelsea. They are like, they've taken over the baton of being Godzilla of the Premier League. Let's just look at some of their wins. They beat Tottenham 4-0. Their previous game, where are they? Yep, 2-0 away at QPR. Then, of course, there was the 7-0 against Everton. Chelsea have scored 13 goals this month in their 3 games without reply, and won all 3 games. Mourinho was manager of the month. Big surprise there. I couldn't believe it. Manchester City, though, as reigning champions, are currently 10 points off the pace, so I don't think they're going to be winning the league this year. We certainly aren't, but I think Chelsea are going to walk it at the moment. Eden Hazard's got 13 in 13, best player in the league on average, and Yulsgaard is still there in terms of assists, but we've not scored that many goals this month. When you actually look at it, 1 goal against Spurs, 2 against City, 1 against Villa. That's only 4 goals in 3 games. When you look at the record of the previous month, where we scored 5 against Wigan, 4 against Everton, 3 against Southampton, and then 2 against QPR. So that is 14 goals in 4 games. We were always going to have a bad patch, and hopefully we can really start to put that to bed with Christmas, and it's going to be a hell of a busy month. I mean, look at this. We've got an away game at Sunderland, which is coming up today, later this exact day, followed by home to Stoke, away at Palace, away at Swansea, home to Liverpool, home to Hull, away at Liverpool, home to Arsenal. That's insane. There's 7 games in December for us to play. That's going to be quite a long episode when we start to talk about that. And just looking at these fixtures at the moment, Sunderland away, we beat them last year, and I'd like to think that we could actually go there and win again. I genuinely think we could win there again. From these fixtures, I think we could take 15 points. Stoke, beatable. Palace away, Swansea away. Swansea are terrible at the moment. They're winnable games. Stoke at home, Sunderland away, Hull at home. I'd say all of those games are winnable. Those 5 games right there to give us a really good shot. Liverpool away, we beat them last year away, but I don't think they're going to be... We can't count them to be as bad as that again. And Arsenal at home, it seems unlikely. And then we've got Chelsea and Man United again, back-to-back away games. That's going to be a fun little mission there as the season resets itself. However, we've come through some tough fixtures with a decent record, so we've now got a little bit of stretch of easier fixtures. And if we can take some points from it, can you imagine what position we'll be in if we do win our next 5 games? We'll be up onto 44 points by the halfway stage of the season. I don't even know how many points we got last year, but it was sort of mid-50s, wasn't it? Which is pretty decent. Or maybe it was low 50s. I think it was 55 or 52 points we got last season. Point is, we'd be nearly there already. 56, wow, that's actually a decent total. I can't believe we didn't finish higher with that, but we didn't. 56 points. So, yeah, if we can get that by then, say we got another 20 points, even if we only got 20 points for the rest of the season, we'd finish on, say, 64 points, which would put us, last year would be 6th, season before that would be 6th. It's, yeah. Basically, I think if we can win those games, get to that point at the halfway stage of the season, we'd only have to take a point a game for the rest of the year, and we'd be able to finish in the top 6. And that is kind of my aim. Although I really can't say that I'm not still holding out a hope that we could challenge for the title, because frankly, only 3 points behind Chelsea, so why can't we? What's to say we can't challenge for it? Who knows? Sorry about the relatively short length of this episode, but there isn't really much to say, and I didn't want to ramble on for too long about random stuff. Next episode, we will be talking about some potential signings, so if you've got any suggestions of players or positions that I need to be looking for, then put them in the comments, and I will take that into account, because I need some advice on this one, because I've got some money, but I don't really know whether I should even be spending it. Maybe I should look for some youngsters for the future, just really quality, talented youngsters. Use that money for the future, because we've already got a decent side at the moment, unless you think there's some way we can strengthen that team with that money. In that case, let me know. Anyway, if you like what you've seen, hit the like button. If you liked it even more than that, hit that subscribe button. And thanks for watching. Bye bye.